our happy COVID-19 theme. Welcome, everyone. It's good to see you, and thanks for joining me. This is day 45 of the series, consecutive days. This would be the Tug McGraw You Gotta Believe, uh, as I am a devoted Met fan all the way back to 62. So, welcome. I hope you are all healthy and safe. I've got a nice little program for you. Let's start with the theme Bird Fly By. And that is our theme, Bird Fly By, which is from this critically acclaimed CD, oddly called Bird Fly By. And look at that rose breasted grosbeak on my hand. And if you want to take this home with you, since I personally am in possession of every available copy, except for the ones that people bought that may want to sell in these times, you can contact me by going to russskjazzdirector@gmail.com. So, right now I'm just getting over a dust allergy attack, and I got it over with it pretty quickly by putting colloidal silver nasal spray and a little antiviral supplement that I take and some extra vitamin C. And within like 20 minutes, I'm feeling so much better. So there we go. Okay, so Al Berg usually starts. This will be a short classical program. And here, of course, Al Berg's Sonata Opus 1 for the ladies out there who want to be wooed. I'll start it, play page 2, and then we'll go on to something else. And like I could hear you all going like that. So here's page 2. Wow. Okay, if I do a couple of pages every day, this will just come together nicely. And I see my good friend Emily is with us from Switzerland. So this is for you. When I got slower over here and much more romantic, I was given my direction in German. Langsamer, Langsamer, alles Tempo 1. So you can go to all your friends and tell them you heard some Langsamer today. I've dug out some things, and that's why the dust. I'm going to attempt slowly to play a Bach prelude, which the last time I played was in 1973. So that would be 47 years ago. So I'll play it a little bit under, like a lot under, and I'll stop maybe if I have to. So this is the Bach prelude in C minor from the Das Welttempert Klavier, and this is book 2. In other words, these are hard, and I got to get my chops back, and I got to get the dust out of my house. Okay, all these preludes generally have two sections, an A section and a B section. And Bach was very clever because he knew you wouldn't get it right the first time. So he put a repeat in. It was kind of like a mulligan for each section. So you get to play it a second time, and maybe you'll get it right then. So that's what preludes were all about. And they all are accompanied by fugues. The fugue I'll have to take a look at before I play the next time here. And so, in the Baroque period, and aren't we all Baroque now? Here's a little ditty by Scarlatti. They're called sonatas, but they're very, very short. And this is one of my favorites. And also, I'll be playing this under because I haven't played this in 47 years. So sit back, relax. I'll have you out of here in 3 minutes. And this one also gives you 2 chances on each time, each half. Oh, yes. So each of them give you a repeat. You get a second chance. But I would ask my teachers, well, if you got it right the first time, why would you need to play it a second time? Because the composer was just saying, let's see if you can do it. Try again. And another thing that the intellectual musicians did back in the day in the early 19th century, in the Scarlatti time, and even in the late 18th century, they had this thing called mordants, which was kind of like a flashy way of that kind of thing. And they would sit around the table and say to each other, you know, we're not going to live long enough for those mordants to go away when Chopin and Schubert and Schumann and Brahms start writing, when the mordants just disappear. So anyway, how is everybody? I hope you're all well and enjoying my sick humor. Let's see. Today is the Sace de Meyer, and I have a couple of real nice things planned to play for you today. Let's see who is here. And usually first online, Stephen Goldberg, and you took the last marble rye. Ohio, happy day. We've got Mountain Zone, time zone represented. Is the sun up yet, or does the sun not come up in the Mountain time zone? Hi, Emily, howdy. Oh, now you're becoming a Swiss cowgirl. Look on the bright side. The Mets haven't lost a game, so yeah, and they walked off last year. Uh, Dom Smith, walk-off home run. Uh, Frankie, hi Frankie, how are you? Texas is represented, so we have Central Time Zone, and we have Mountain Time Zone. What is the name of the time zone in Switzerland? Hello, Juliana from the Chile 216, the Berg. I've been the Berg, devouring Sondheim and Poulenc lately. Not jazz guys. Actually, Sondheim, if you read a lot of interviews with Sondheim, he's really not a jazz guy. He appreciates jazz, but his tunes are very specific to not be jazz. So it's kind of hard to play his music as jazz music. And believe it or not, it's a lot like Harold Arlen, because there's always like a wacky chord that doesn't fit into the flow of the groove. Anyway, love the graphics for the Berg sheet music. So fitting. Bach to Bach. Yeah. Are you doing stand up or sit down, Stephen? Joel Schreiber, turn up the heat. It's warm here, up in upstate New York. I keep telling you, the axis of the earth has shifted. The sun rises in a different spot in relation to my piano, and I'm certain of it. Even the Aleuts in Alaska are getting lost when they try to follow the mountains. The government's not telling us. We had a perfect northeast winter, no snow, and a lot of water. So we're good this year. A lot of places not so good. I'm going to start today as the music director of Rita Moreno. She is very, very gracious to us, and I have a wonderful West Coast trio when we play the West Coast, or just about anywhere else. She very rarely comes east anymore, so I have to go out there. Or should I put everything in the past? I had to go out there to do our concerts, and we had a great bass player who I spoke to yesterday. We have a great bass player, Andrew Higgins, and David Rokeach is our drummer, and I call it the Rita Moreno West Coast Power Trio. And because I do stuff like this, she loves it when we play a tune up front to open and warm up the audience. So after we play the song, we go around with these warm up hand mats into the audience, and then they're warmed up, and then she comes out. Here's a tune that we do often, because I write these arrangements for stuff like that. It was from a 1964 Broadway show called High Spirits, written by Hugh Martin and Timothy Gray, and it was based on Noel Coward's Blithe Spirit. The very first person ever in the world to sing this in public was Tammy Grimes. So sit back and relax. You better love me while you may. High Spirits, 1964. How many remember that? It was a great year. Lyndon Johnson was president. The Vietnam War was raging. It was a wonderful time, just like now. So, I don't need to comment on the commentary. You guys are having conversations with yourselves. This next thing is from the CD that many of you don't know about, somewhere where there's still a couple of copies available. You must email me if you want to be on that list. A couple have been claimed, and my email is russkjazzdirector@gmail.com. Who knows how many more I'll find hidden in my house somewhere, like next to the filter in the boiler that was changed yesterday. This tune came to me for this particular CD, didn't it? Oh, you know what? I sit corrected. I recorded it on my third CD, which is not available, but you can still get this one if you are one of the last three. Okay, Victor Herbert, I consider to be the Leonard Bernstein of the 19th century. He lived from 1859 to 1924. He wrote light opera. He wrote great pieces, masterpieces. For the life of me, I cannot find the date in which this song was written. It's a beautiful song. I learned it from, there's only one person who actually sings it right, and I learned the verse from Doris Day. It was in the movie Babes in Toyland with Laurel and Hardy in 1954, and most of Victor Herbert's success came after he died, so he never got to enjoy the financial rewards of his music and his success, and most of his stuff is public domain now anyway. So anyway, I will read you the verse. When you've grown up, my dears, and are as old as I, you'll often ponder on the years that roll so swiftly by, my dears, that roll so swiftly by, and all the many lands you will have journeyed through. You'll oft recall the best of all, the land your childhood knew, your childhood knew. And of course, that land is Toyland, and it goes exactly like this. So that was Victor Herbert. And he is a lot like Leonard Bernstein because he was just an amazing musician, conductor, orchestrator, composer, just like Bernstein. He wrote on the pop side, just like Bernstein, West Side Story, On the Town, and he wrote on the classical side. So Victor Herbert, somebody you should look into. I'm going to go on. Since you're talking amongst yourselves, I'm not even going to look. I'm going to continue to play music. Because then it's just becoming another jazz club. The next tune is a beautiful ballad. The first recording of this tune was in 1946 by Joe Stafford. And it was followed by a recording uh, by Vaughn Monroe. And Sinatra also recorded this. And then Dean Martin kind of had the definitive recording much later on when he had his TV show. But when you're comparing this to 1946, it's by Sammy Cahn and Jules Stein. And it's called The Things We Did Last Summer. That's a really, really sad song, if you take a look at the lyric. Sammy Kahn, unbelievable. The guy could write lyrics. Okay, so let's see how we're doing here. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Zohair. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce your name correctly. She's saying hi to Juliana. And the song always makes my sister cry. Well, get her over here right now. Oh, God. Funny conversation. I think I'm going to have to require a cover charge with all this. Okay, for years and years, 12 of them to be exact, I was involved in coordinating the music for a wonderful jazz festival that was produced by Catherine Dupuis in State College, Pennsylvania, and then in Bellefonte, beautiful downtown Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. Um, and it was called Jazz PA. And our groove was each year I would host a trio. Actually, we would do a big band concert. I'd write all the charts, Catherine would sing, and they had a band called the Friends Band made up of professors and alumni of the surrounding colleges and high schools. And it was a great band, and we had a lot of fun, and we did a big concert outside. And then we had an indoor venue, and my trio would be the paste, that like the house band each year. And we'd do a concert. We'd do an hour first, and then we'd have a special guest that would join us. And those guests included people like Phil Woods and Sheila Jordan and Bucky Pizzarelli and Wycliffe Gordon. If I go by the instruments, we try to make it a different instrument each year. Jerry Dodgen did it one year. With Bucky was Ken Poplowski. One year we did two pianos, myself and the great Bill Mays. We did a two piano set. It was we played the Ravel piano concerto, and that was really cool. That was when we were in State College in the theater, and that the year after that was Bucky and Poplowski, and we were graced with the appearance of Dave McKenna, who passed away soon after that. So it was always exciting. We brought like some really great jazz to Bellefonte and to State College. And each year, one of the features of that festival and the other one that we did the next month, which was the Sackett's Harbor Jazz Festival, was I would always write a new piece for us to play for the first time in the world at this festival. So this is the piece I wrote in 2014. Hmm, that's interesting. Yeah, it was written for July 17th, 2014. So that's only 6 years ago. But I haven't played it since that festival. And since it's the Seis de Mayo, I would give it a Latin flavor. Let me see, I'll give it this sound, this organic sound. And so the melody came to me as I would drive out to State College, Pennsylvania, which on a straight line from the George Washington Bridge is about 250 miles. Maybe a little less, but not much. It was somewhere around 4 to 5 hours. And so I came up with this melody, and I call it Smooth Sailing on I-80. So here we go. So that should be what it feels like to you to be smooth sailing on I-80. That's a pretty cool tune. I just dug out a whole bunch of tunes I wrote for those things, and I will be performing at least one a day. As we approach today's 45, we're going to get to 50, unless they open everything up like the pool. Hi, Peggy. Great to have you aboard. Okay, well, I guess you you are enjoying this so much that you're ready for the final song of the day, which is the big deal of the day, or the Showcase Showdown. It's a tune by Horace Silver, written in 1960. The flip side is also something I'm going to play one of these days soon. It was released as a 45 RPM single. The B-side was Nika's Dream. This was the A-side, and it's called Strollin'. Strollin' by Horace Silver. Well, it has been a pleasure playing for you today. It was a good day for me. I need this. What just happened? Oh, I know what happened. Okay, so thank you so much for being with me. Make sure to be well, stay safe. Uh, Zoher Bekush, I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you for coming. Peggy, great to see you. Stephen, great to see you. Emily, always great to see you. Hi, Juliana. Hi, Michael. And Frankie and Joel and so many Julianas. They all have the same name. There's like 4 or 5 Juliana Sadak Savinos. There's 5 of them. Who would have thought they'd have all found this page? And of course, Dan Reagan from Utah. So the world has been represented. And something just happened, really weird. Uh, we're having trouble playing this video. I don't know why. I don't know if you can see me. I don't know if you can't. But we'll meet again, and I'll see you tomorrow at 12:45. Facebook is saying, sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. So I'll just play one chorus of We'll Meet Again in the event that you can hear it, and I'll take a look and see what happens. But thank you so much. Be safe, be well. Check out Ken Levinsky and Billy Stritch is on with Linda Lavin, I think at 3 today. And of course, Mike Greensill at 6. Can you, thank you. It says, sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. I don't know what that means. I can't see the camera. I don't know what has happened. But you're responding to me. So here's We'll Meet Again, and I'll say shalom. Thank you so much. Shalom, and I'll see you tomorrow at 12:45.